Happy Monday. Well, it's a new day, so you know, it's a new saga of this whole endeavor. And so, you know, as I said yesterday, we're making the transition over into the Endomorph information. I haven't come up with a game plan really, or you know, like whether I'm going to keep everything on this page or not, but you know, I'll properly transition everything. I know I'm setting up more work for myself in the future if I want to transition things to another page, but I really don't have a time to craft like a, you know, a brand name or a page name and all that stuff right now. And I threw some names out there to my partner and friends, and I kind of got some laughs. So, you know, whatever, I'm going to take my time and really, you know, try and craft something that across the board is more acceptable. But what I want to talk about first, and remember, for endomorphs down the road, I will try and lubricate my mind with more information for what is it, ectomorphs and mesomorphs. But for now and for a while, it's going to be, you know, specifically about my journey and people that I can help that have my same type of body style or that are plagued with the same issues that I've been plagued with for my entire life because of my, you know, genetics and body style. So, endomorphs. You have to get out there and walk. You have to move your body. You know, I used to do a lot of cardio. I've actually always loved running, and I was a pretty fast runner even when I was heavy. I was always pretty fast. I never had a problem with speed. Even now at my age, I'm still pretty fast for my weight. And that's always been maintained because I love doing cardio and I love sprinting and running. And, you know, I would say interval conditioning is your best friend, but when you move into the area that I've been doing with the weightlifting and lower body movements, you really need to watch that stuff because it ups our appetite. You know, that there's been a few times where I've been able to diet really well while doing massive amounts of cardio. I mean, pretty much 7 days a week of interval sprints, and I was getting a great deal of results with the interval sprints, and I still think they're great. But I do think that you really need to watch the volume of weightlifting that you do if you're going to choose to do interval sprints. I say if you're a weightlifter, I think you should watch your carbohydrates, keep them under 25% or 25. You should keep them under 25% of your diet, which is about you know, 525 calories, something like that for me. It's going to be less for a lady, obviously, or more for a man that's bigger than me, or, you know, more for someone that's actually trying to put on weight. For a while, I'm going to talk about people that are trying to cut weight, because that's what I'm trying to do right now. I just got done bulking. I'm trying to cut back down. When I start bulking again, I'll talk about that, but that's probably not going to be for a while because I did this final bulk as just a way to increase my lower body strength for freeboarding, because my conditioning is all about becoming a better freeboarder now, and my health. It's not about, you know, any jujitsu stuff or anything like that. Yes, I teach jujitsu. Yes, I enjoy doing jujitsu, but my lower back cannot take it. So, you know, the twisting. So I really have to watch how much Brazilian jiu-jitsu I do since my back injury. I toughed it out with steroid injections to get my black belt, but past that point, once that wore off and I didn't want to get any more injections, it's just been very difficult to maintain a training schedule in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's really difficult. So I just, you know, I said forget about it. I love freeboarding more anyway, because you don't need anybody else to do it. You know, you're on your own time frame as far as like getting better. You know, the community doesn't seem so like competitive, and you know, it's just not as much. Freeboarding is a community where everyone just seems to want to help everybody. You know, everyone seems fruitful, happy that others have decided to ride the board because they know how difficult it is. It's just a different formula, and I really have enjoyed all my time freeboarding. I lost like over 50 pounds when I first started freeboarding. I mean, it's just, it's been an awesome experience. I love it. So, you know, that's what I focus on now. You know, snowboarding, freeboarding. That's what all my training is all about. So, yeah, get out there and walk. You know, that's the most important thing I could tell you on this first video, is that you really, if you're an endomorph, you need to be trying to get in at least an hour of walking per day. And you really need to focus on keeping those carbohydrates way down. I'm not saying that you don't need them. You know, especially if you're inactive, you probably don't even want to do 525 grams per day. I didn't work out at all yesterday, and I had my only carbohydrate intake yesterday was 6 small yellow corn tortillas, and I believe those were per 3 was 13 grams of carbohydrates, so that was like 26 grams. And I had about 100 grams of carbohydrates through russet potatoes, which I did my baking special, where I cut them all up, top them with coconut oil, a little bit of seasoning, and throw them right on the grate in my oven at 350 for 45-50 minutes. They come out, you know, decently crunchy, like French fry texture. And I ate those. That was another 400 calories, I believe, a little over 400 calories and 100 grams of carbs. So I had a little over 100 grams of carbs yesterday, but it was my rest day and I was trying to recover my body. So I'm gonna take, you know, for me personally, I take in more carbohydrates on my rest days than I do on my actual activity days. But that works for me, because I want to stay full and satiated without having to eat a lot of calories, because I'm trying to get to the point where I can do 1,700 calories on my days off. It's pretty low, but I find that I hold a lot of water weight when I don't exercise for over 24 hours. And maybe it has something to do with, you know, coming off my diet and the day before and having some rollover, even though I'm not eating after 6 the night before. But you know, it's all stuff that you have to play with, and that's the reason why I really want to talk about this topic, because just my whole energy and everything around this topic is going to be so positive and helpful and happy. Versus, like I was saying in the video yesterday, you know, I love talking about the things that have gone on in my life, but I just don't like being down. I don't ever like being down. I have a lot of responsibilities. I'm a parent. I have, you know, research I have to do all the time. I have to clean. I have to be a homemaker. I have to be, you know, a career-minded person. I just have so much going on, and I just don't like being negative-minded. It just doesn't work with my, like, who I am now. And you know, and you know, I guess that's a good point to end on. You gotta stay positive. You have to know that what you're doing right now is the new you. You can't think about what you were doing before. You know, you make those habitual changes, you know, be positive, be happy, and stick to something. You know, I'm gonna try not to be all over the place. I'm gonna share what I do, but I'm gonna try not to be all over the place. But this is going to be for a while, until I can develop the time to script videos and have the time to edit and cut all these videos, which I don't right now. I'm learning, and I'm trying to develop the time in my schedule where I can do so. But for a while, it's just gonna be like this, like quick vlogs, like it's been, and I'm guessing it's gonna be like that until I hit about the year mark, because I'm still trying to do videos every single day, because that was my goal when I set that goal. So I'm sticking to that. So I will deliver the videos every day, but it will be like this, it kind of raw, uncut, me just explaining what's been going on in my diet, rattling off some tips that can help people and increase my value to society, because that's what I'm all about. You know, helping people, increasing my value, being a positive person, and being someone that people look to as an oak in the community, and a person that loves helping people and doesn't want to get any money out of it, or or reap financial benefits, and that being the only reason why you do what you do. So happy Monday.